During Christmas dinner, my wife cruelly imitated my stutter while her whole family watched. When I tried to smile through it, she sneered, "Look at him struggling like a broken machine. Maybe if we turn him off and on again, he'll learn to speak like a normal person." Her father high-fived her. I silently cleared their plates, still hearing their laughter from the kitchen. 6 months later, she was outside my apartment, screaming at my window. Her sister texted, "Please answer her." I spoke clearly that day, very clearly. My wife Lisa, 27F, and I had been married for 3 years, together for 5. I've had a stutter since I was a kid. It comes and goes, usually manageable, but gets worse when I'm nervous or stressed. Lisa always said she found it endearing, her exact word. At least that's what I thought. Things between us had been a bit off recently. Small things. Lisa being more irritable, spending more time on her phone, laughing at texts but quickly turning the screen away when I'd walk by. I chalked it up to holiday stress. Her family is particular about celebrations. We arrived at her parents' place on Christmas Eve. Everything seemed normal. Her dad Kobe, 58M, was watching football. Her mom was cooking. Her sister Malene, 30F, was there with her husband. Lisa had been weird in the car, kind of distant, checking her makeup in the mirror more than usual, which I now realize was a sign. During dinner, I was asked about our plans for the new year. I started explaining how we were saving for a trip to Colorado. My stutter was acting up because Kobe always makes me nervous with his constant interrupting. That's when it happened. Lisa suddenly started doing this exaggerated imitation of my stutter. Not just a quick jab, but a full-on performance. We're Gigi going to see CC Colorado in the spring. Complete with facial contortions I've never even made. Everyone at the table froze for a second. Then her dad burst out laughing. I tried to smile through it. What else could I do? We were sitting at her family's dinner table. I figured it was just a tasteless joke that crossed a line, and I'd talk to her about it later. But then she looked at me and sneered, an actual sneer. "Look at him struggling like a broken machine. Maybe if we turn him off and on again, he'll learn to speak like a normal person." Her dad literally high-fived her. Her mom looked uncomfortable but said nothing. Her sister Malene stared at her plate. I quietly excused myself and started clearing plates. As I stood in the kitchen scraping leftovers into the trash, I could still hear them laughing in the dining room. Kobe was saying something about how I can't even stand up for myself, and Lisa responding, "I know, right?" The drive home was silent. She was on her phone the whole time, smirking at whatever she was reading. When I finally confronted her at home, she just rolled her eyes. "It was just a joke. God, you're so sensitive. This is why people find it hard to be around you." That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying those moments over and over. I realized this probably wasn't the first time she'd mocked me, just the first time she'd done it to my face. The next morning, while Lisa was in the shower, her phone kept buzzing. A notification popped up from her friend. "OMG, that video of him stuttering at dinner was hilarious. Your dad's reaction killed me." My stomach dropped. She had recorded it, posted it for her friends to laugh at. When she came out, I asked her about it, keeping my cool somehow. She shrugged and said, "It's just on my private story. Chill out." Like that made it better. Over the next few days, I did some digging. Checked our shared cloud account where our phone backups go. Found a whole folder of videos she'd taken of me stuttering, with captions like hubby.exe has stopped working and buffering. Some had comments from her friends that made it clear this had been going on for months. There were also texts between her and her dad mocking me. Texts with her friends about how embarrassing it is to be around me in public. Even one where she told someone, "Sometimes I just tell people he has a mental disability so they don't ask questions." I knew I needed to leave. Like, yesterday. But I was doing this smart. First, I documented everything, screenshots, recordings, the works. Collected all our financial info, made copies of important documents, moved them to a small storage unit I rented last week, paid cash. I quietly consulted a lawyer. She advised me to keep things normal while I got my ducks in a row. So that's what I did, playing the good husband while I planned. I started moving small amounts of money to a separate account, nothing that would raise flags, completely legal according to my lawyer. I researched apartments in places Lisa would never visit. Took inventory of what was actually mine versus joint property. I'd been sleeping on the couch for a week, claiming back problems. Lisa barely noticed, too busy with her phone and going out with friends. The hardest part was pretending everything was fine. Nodding along when she talked about future plans. Smiling when her dad called. Acting normal when every fiber of my being wanted to confront her about the videos, the texts, the complete betrayal of trust. But I wasn't giving her any warning. The day I left would be the day she realized exactly what she'd lost. Tomorrow I was meeting the lawyer again. The lease on our apartment was in both our names, but it was up for renewal next month anyway. My plan was to be gone before then. I'd found a decent place closer to work. The landlord seemed cool. I could move in next week if I pulled the trigger. I kept thinking about that Christmas dinner, her laugh, her dad's high five, the way she looked at me like I was defective. It played on repeat in my head. But here's the thing, my stutter doesn't define me. And soon, neither would she. Update. First of all, thank you to everyone who commented on my previous post. I read every single message, even if I couldn't respond to all of them. Your support helped me stay focused during what has been the most surreal month of my life. So, many of you asked for an update, and boy, do I have one. Quick recap. Wife Lisa cruelly mocked my stutter at Christmas dinner in front of her family. I discovered she'd been recording me stuttering for months to share with friends, and I started planning my exit strategy. What I didn't mention before for privacy reasons was something that turns out to be pretty relevant. I work in the IT department at the same company where Lisa recently got promoted to account manager. Not on the same floor, not even in the same building most days, but technically the same employer. We met at a company happy hour 5 years ago. I signed the lease on a new apartment 3 weeks ago. 1 bedroom, older building, but it's mine. I'd been slowly moving essential items there when Lisa wasn't home. Clothes, electronics, important documents, family photos. Turns out Lisa had been spending way more than I realized on designer stuff she hid in the back of her closet, 4 handbags at over $800 each in the last 2 months alone, from our joint account. While gathering info, I discovered something else. Lisa had been expensing personal dinners as client meetings at work, double-dipping with our joint credit card, at least 18 times in the past year. This is where things get interesting. My team handles the expense report software. One day, Lisa submitted a request to unlock some reports for editing. Standard procedure. I recused myself but flagged potential irregularities to my team lead following protocol. Accounting did a routine audit, and they found the pattern. Last week, Lisa had a 3-day business trip 4 hours away. She left early Thursday morning, excited to network with upper management. As soon as her location sharing showed she was halfway there, I executed the final phase. Rented a small moving truck. 3 friends helped move my remaining furniture. Left behind anything we bought together, couch, dining table, TV. Cleaned out my closet, bathroom items, gaming setup. Changed my direct deposit. Transferred exactly half the money from our joint accounts. Left her grandmother's ring she never wore on the kitchen counter. Took the cat she's technically mine from before we met, and Lisa never liked her anyway. By Thursday night, it was like I had never lived there. I even patched the nail holes in the walls. The timing couldn't have been more perfect, or worse from her perspective. While she was away, accounting's investigation concluded the landlord sent the lease renewal notice requiring both signatures. My lawyer finalized the divorce paperwork. I left a brief note. Lisa, I have moved out and am filing for divorce. Please direct any communications through my lawyer, info attached. I have transferred 50% of our joint funds and left all jointly purchased household items. I also emailed the landlord that I wouldn't be renewing, copying Lisa. Lisa returned Sunday evening. My phone exploded. Texts from Lisa. Where the F*** are you? Where's all your stuff? Are you serious right now? You just leave while I'm gone. Real mature. You took money from our account. My dad says that's illegal. Answer your F******ing phone, Warren. This isn't funny. 19 missed calls. I didn't answer. Her sister Malene texted, Lisa is really upset. I know my sister can be difficult, but isn't this a bit extreme? Can you at least talk to her? I responded, Malene, I appreciate your concern, but this is between Lisa and me. Please respect my decision. Monday morning, Lisa was called into a meeting with HR and her boss. I only found out because someone from accounting texted me. That same afternoon, divorce papers were delivered to her at work. It's been a few days now. My new place is starting to feel like home. The cat is adjusting well, actually seems happier. I've blocked Lisa on everything except email. From what I've heard, Lisa got suspended pending investigation, then fired. She's telling everyone I hacked her account to frame her. I didn't. Her dad is threatening to sue. She had to explain to the landlord why she might not afford the rent herself. The texts changed tone fast, from anger to this is about Christmas, isn't it? It was one joke, to please just talk to me. I'm sorry about the stutter thing. Is that what you want to hear? I haven't responded. My lawyer says I'm in a strong position. The financial split was equitable. I have documentation of everything, including her mockery videos and texts with her dad. Does part of me feel bad about how everything hit her in a 72-hour period? Maybe a tiny bit. Then I remember her laughing with her dad, calling me a broken machine, sharing videos of me struggling to talk. My stutter has actually improved since moving out. The constant anxiety of being secretly recorded is gone. I'm sleeping better, eating better. My therapist says this is common when you remove yourself from a toxic environment. Next steps: proceeding with the divorce, continuing therapy, and focusing on rebuilding. Final update. It's been 6 months since my last update. I wasn't planning on posting again, figured the story was over. Then yesterday happened. Life after Lisa has been transformative. My apartment is fully mine now, Star Wars posters, gaming setup, no complaints. The cat Pixel has claimed the sunny window spot as her kingdom. I've been seeing a speech therapist twice a month, not to fix my stutter, but to develop better coping tools. It's helping a lot. Work is good, new project, more work from home days. Got a promotion, actually. Been hitting the gym, down 12 pounds, sleeping better. The divorce process was moving forward slowly. Lisa contested at first, then went quiet. We were looking at finalizing within the next month. Lisa got fired over the expense reports. She tried to blame me, but the evidence was clear. She moved back with her parents for a while, eventually got a new job, definitely a step down. Her dad finally dropped the legal threats. Occasionally I'd get messages from unknown numbers, obviously her. Warren, please just talk to me. I'm struggling here. I lost my job because of you. My dad says you planned this whole thing from the beginning. Was Christmas just an excuse? I never responded, just documented and forwarded to my lawyer. Her sister Malene's messages shifted over time. Last month she actually apologized for staying silent at Christmas dinner. Then yesterday, normal Saturday, coffee, Elden Ring, ordered pizza, ready for a quiet night. At 6:18 p.m., someone started pounding on my door like the building was on fire. Looked through the peephole, Lisa. Jeans, wrinkled t-shirt, mascara streaked down her face. I didn't open the door. She kept pounding, then went around to the balcony area and started shouting up at my second-floor window, my name, that she needed to talk, that she was sorry. Malene texted, Lisa is having a really bad day. She found out her new boyfriend cheated on her. Is she at your place? I confirmed. Malene begged me to talk to her for 5 minutes, she was worried and 20 minutes away. Finally, I opened the window. Lisa looked up and started rambling how sorry she was, how therapy made her see how cruel she'd been, how losing everything humbled her, how she missed me, that no one understood her like I did. Then she said she'd never find someone as patient and kind as me again. I didn't stutter once as I responded, not a single time. The words came out clear and deliberate. I told her I had indeed been patient. Patient while she mocked me behind my back. Patient while she recorded videos of me struggling to speak. Patient while she and her father laughed at me over Christmas dinner. And that my patience had run out. I told her the apology meant nothing because it only came after she lost everything. She wasn't sorry for hurting me, she was sorry for the consequences. I told her the divorce would be finalized soon, and this moment of her begging outside my window was the last interaction we would ever have. Her face changed. She called me cruel, said I was getting sick pleasure from her suffering, that I orchestrated her firing. That's when I closed the window and drew the blinds. Malene picked her up 20 minutes later. This morning I woke up feeling lighter. Like I finally said what needed to be said directly and clearly to her face. The divorce will be final in 3 weeks. I'm taking a week off to visit my parents after. First real vacation in 2 years. Life isn't perfect. I still stutter sometimes. My kitchen sink leaks. But I'm moving forward. To everyone who followed this saga from the beginning, thank you. Your support mattered more than you know. This is Once Loyal, signing off for good.